I've often wondered what it feels like to float in the vast emptiness of space, tethered only by a thin lifeline to your spacecraft. The sheer audacity of it all. You know, spacewalks or extravehicular activities, EVAs as we call them in the biz, are more than just cool photo ops. They're the epitome of human courage and ingenuity. Fascinating, isn't it? But here's the kicker. These spacewalks have been absolutely crucial to our space exploration efforts. From repairing satellites to building the International Space Station, EVAs have allowed us to extend our reach far beyond the confines of our spacecraft. In the next few minutes, we're going to take a whirlwind tour through the awe-inspiring history of spacewalks. March 18, 1965, a date that should be etched in the annals of human achievement. On this day, Soviet cosmonaut Alexei Leonov became the first human to perform a spacewalk. Now imagine floating outside your spacecraft, your heart probably racing faster than a pulsar, taking that first historic step into the void. But here's the thing. It wasn't all smooth sailing. In fact, it was downright terrifying. Leonov's suit ballooned in the vacuum of space, making it nearly impossible for him to re-enter the airlock. He had to bleed air from his suit to squeeze back in, risking the bends in the process. Just a few months after Leonov's feat, on June 3, 1965, astronaut Ed White became the first American to perform a spacewalk. White, tethered to his Gemini 4 spacecraft, spent a glorious 23 minutes floating in space. He was so enthralled by the experience that he famously said, "I'm coming back in, and it's the saddest moment of my life." Now let's fast forward a bit to 1966. Buzz Aldrin, floating outside the Gemini 12 spacecraft, extends his arm and snaps what might just be the coolest selfie in human history. This spacewalk also introduced the concept of neutral buoyancy training, basically underwater practice sessions that simulated the weightlessness of space. Fast forward to 1984, and we've got Bruce McCandless II literally untethering himself from the Space Shuttle Challenger. Can you imagine the gut-wrenching moment when he unclipped that safety line? McCandless floated free, propelled only by his Manned Maneuvering Unit, MMU, a nitrogen-powered jetpack. This wasn't just a spacewalk, it was more like a spaceflight. McCandless drifted 320 feet away from the shuttle, becoming a human satellite. The image of him floating alone against the backdrop of Earth is one of the most iconic in space history. The year is 1998, and we're about to witness one of the most ambitious projects in human history, the assembly of the International Space Station, ISS. Now, building anything in space is like trying to put together IKEA furniture while wearing oven mitts and floating in a pool. But Newman and Ross nailed it, kickstarting a construction project that would continue for over a decade and involve astronauts from multiple countries. Speaking of high-stakes space missions, let's talk about the Hubble Space Telescope. In 1993, this incredible eye in the sky had a bit of a problem. Its primary mirror had a flaw that was causing blurry images. Enter astronauts Catherine Thornton and Tom Akers. These cosmic optometrists embarked on a series of spacewalks to essentially give Hubble the universe's most expensive pair of corrective lenses. The repair mission was a complete success, allowing Hubble to capture the breathtaking images of our universe that we know and love today. Now folks, let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the water bubble in the helmet. Parmitano was outside the ISS, performing routine maintenance, when suddenly he felt water creeping up his neck and into his helmet. As the water covered his eyes and ears, Parmitano had to navigate back to the airlock essentially blind. It was a stark reminder that in space, even the smallest malfunction can quickly become life-threatening. But here's the thing about near disasters and they often lead to crucial improvements. We're on the cusp of a new era in spacewalking thanks to NASA's Artemis program. The goal? To return humans to the moon and eventually send them to Mars. But this time, we're not just planting flags and collecting rocks, we're talking about establishing a permanent presence. And that means a whole new level of EVA. These suits will be more flexible, more durable, and packed with cutting-edge technology. We're not just going back to the moon, we're going back in style. As we wrap up our cosmic journey through the history of spacewalks, I can't help but feel a sense of awe at how far we've come. From Alexei Leonov's first tentative steps into the void to the ambitious plans of the Artemis program, the story of spacewalks is a testament to human courage, ingenuity, and our unquenchable thirst for exploration. As we look to the future, the prospects are truly exciting. The next generation of spacewalkers will build habitats on the moon, pave the way for human exploration of Mars, and perhaps even enable everyday people to experience the thrill of floating in space. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember that humans have not only walked on the moon, they've danced among the stars. And the dance is far from over. Keep looking up, space fans. The best is yet to come.